Howdy, y'all. It is Monday, February 15th. It is 6:09 p.m. I have finished grading all the journals, all the outlines. I will finish grading everything else tomorrow, Wednesday at the latest, hopefully tomorrow. But there's a couple things I want to point out. I have three things I want to share right now, three really important things. One is about the debates. Remember, I do need to see evidence of you working together in preparation. It's there in the shell, it's very clear. There are some teams who are really using their wiki to fill out their content, and I can see the easy evidence. I've had a team using a Google Doc, and they sent me a link so that I see it. No harm, no foul. Let's say you guys are meeting conference calls or you're Skyping. Put in your wiki, hey, Dr. K, we met on this date and we talked, we're working together. I will trust you. My goal is not to, but I do need to see evidence that you guys have been engaged for multiple reasons, none the least of which authentically is WASC. When we do certain activities, we have to validate that there is a certain amount of authentic engagement taking place. And so I need your validation that there is authentic engagement taking place for a certain amount of time, a couple of days across a week. Can't be any more plain than that. Number two, I've had a couple people say, I'm kind of worried about using the wiki because I'm afraid another team is going to jump in and read our stuff, which is a valid point. So please don't. It's a friendly debate. This is not 8 people on a stage screaming at each other, making fun of each other's families. It's moderated, it's friendly. We want it to be rich and exciting and intense, but not okay? So don't. Go out on the web, do your own research. What are the possible arguments your other country could have? Okay? It's a friendly debate. You have to pay attention because, again, look at the rubric, look at the guidelines. It's about real engagement, but it's a friendly engagement. No blood will be drawn. I promise, no bruising. If you want to meet live with your team in Adobe Connect, you've got to let me know as soon as possible. I will open a room for you, but you got to let me know. Okay. Number 2, our final assignment in this class, if you will, is for you to meet one-on-one with me and present your PowerPoint or Prezi of your research paper. I have had that in this class for about a year now, and it's a purposeful design. It gives me one less chance to kind of talk and hear you describe your work in your own voice. And I also like to ask, what did you think of the class? If you could change something. I like to get student feedback because I continuously try and make sure the learning serves the needs of the individual learners. I'm genuine with that. But I will say I am empathetic that this term butts up against the next one. You guys don't get a break. And I will say that I had a couple students last term who said that they just weren't comfortable talking to me about the class. They felt like I was putting them on the spot, which I feel badly. I never want anybody to feel that way. That's not the goal. But okay, you listen to the feedback and you try and work with it. So here's an alternative. If you would rather not meet with me live at the end of the course to present your PowerPoint or your Prezi, the alternative is that you make a video like this using Screencast-O-Matic. And I want to see you in the corner like you guys see me, and I want you to have your Prezi or your PowerPoint and go through and authentically present it to me. Okay, Dr. K, blah, blah, blah. Next slide. So what I really was talking about, what I discovered, I want you to authentically present as you would to me live, but you can use Screencast-O-Matic. Why Screencast-O-Matic? Again, so I can see you as you're going through. I don't just want a video of the PowerPoint or the Prezi. I want to see you in the corner so that I can read you as you're giving your presentation. Okay? If I don't get to hear you live, at least let me see you. If you are interested in that, send me an email right away. Just let me know and I'll start making a list. Let me know, please, by the end of this week if you would rather do that. Okay? Let me gauge the interest. So that's it. No, I'm sorry. I had one more thing. I wanted to clarify 2 things. In the outlines, and this is why I'm making this video right now. In the outlines, I noticed 2 things kind of semi-consistently. Number 1, introduction seemed to get short shrift by a lot of people. Now, these were outlines, so you didn't have to fill them in, but you needed to have the little subnotes. I mean, that in that strongly suggested outline, it was very clear. Don't forget this, blah, 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 blah. Please don't skate through the introduction. Go back and look. If you didn't specifically point out why this topic, why my country, and some people even added more than that, which I was applauding. Your introduction is very important. Take a look at the rubric again and you'll see it gets its own section in the rubric. It's important. Why? This is ethnographic research. You, as the researcher, are a part of the research, right? It's not positivistic. It's not purely quantitative. You are a part of the research. In the introduction, you explain why this topic, why these countries. Then you step back, remember? When we're doing the individual countries, the breakout, the research, and the interpretations, that is you being as unbiased as you can. Then, and here's the part that a lot of people have trouble with, juxtaposition. A lot of people were either confused or didn't get it. The juxtaposition is like your baby step into your comparison. It's high level, it's for clarity. You don't go into depth or into detail. You are aligning terminology, practices, very thin layers, so that you can then go into depth in those same things in your comparisons. Because now it's valid. If you blow off the juxtaposition, see, I'm a very transparent person. I'm speaking plain. If you ignore the juxtaposition and you go right from interpretation into conclusions, it's messy. There's so much going on that I'm not sure, where is your voice starting? Where did the research end? Interpretation is, this is what I've called out of this research from the individual countries. Now the juxtaposition, I'm going to align it so that I can then start to compare it and draw conclusions. So if you want to think of juxtaposition as comparison light, prep, a trainer, before you can know what all you've got in your closet to give stuff away for Goodwill, you have to take everything out and kind of sort it, right? It's the sorting into piles. These are the colors, or these are all the tops, and these are all the jeans. Whatever sorting mechanism you use to be able to see what exactly you've got, that then you can make conscious decisions. You may end up changing what you actually compare, the specifics, by doing the juxtaposition. That has happened a million times. And that's awesome. That means you're really engaged in the work, okay? So don't be afraid. Nothing you have done has locked you in. Everything we're doing is process-oriented and subject to change, because what you're seeing will change your perspective. Okay? And that's how it should be. That's why your journal is all on one page. So you can go back and look at your process rather than it being this disjointed week 1, week 2, week 3. They all align. Look at me. Like on The Price is Right. They all align. All right, we've now hit 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here if you need me. Reach out to each other. Remember, juxtaposition. Do not ignore it. Introduction. Hear your voice. I need to hear your voice. Why this topic? Why these countries? Enjoy this. Yeah, I am this corny. Okay, if you want to do the video with Screencast-O-Matic instead of meeting with me online, totally cool. No problem. Shoot me the email. Okay, and here we go. Debate week. Woohoo! I'll finish all the rest of the grading tomorrow.